Dhamma guidance possessors of the eye of wisdom. Under I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise the example of a Bodhisattva. As previous Buddhas invested in enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta and apply myself to complete the stage of the path. And in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, Moses, I take refuge under enlightenment misery. By the merit of Janarasri and other good deeds, may I take Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all Mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samadhavara's prayers, all Buddhas manifest within my mind. I posted to them, multiplying my body as many times as the atoms of the earth. May each atom visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. Through the Buddhas, I make offering of arrows, pure flowers, flowing garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting lay and fragrant incense. I make offering to the fine garment and perform and pour pero pour the highest moon made on the arranged the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of great Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of great Bodhisattvas and the Pakika Buddhas. Those have attained Aracha, those have entered the path of Aracha and all other beings. I recourse to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma as like dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, letting them gradually to enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending passing into Parindavana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth, in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spring mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. As Buddha fell for it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness of Buddha first. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer altar in all the sacred offerings, with my body, worth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the spiritual realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rina Mandala Bunza Munga Samanda Savarina Samaya Hom. Equal refuge, name of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor of Arjadara Vidovador. I bow at the feet of Father Jiti Sungo. Continue laughing with no one but you. Compassion one grant your blessing. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unliberated nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two-way hackers and the combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of a sentient being. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free over the clouds of words and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has a compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignoration. For all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the presence of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60th branch of Haramana's speech. He was the wisdom silver to cast settling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is the pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Majesty, adorned by the 112 Son of Buddha, to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Arabazanade, 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 Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo, Wange Wange Joramo, 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 Wange Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel the darkness of all ignorance, are posted before you in the present Manjashiri. Yonagalen Jangwaibo, Yishe Domer of the Bar, Jidin to Momen Sarwa, Jambar Yang Las Anzerdo. Tongge doje jaje reisen zhong jinje medo deje pongjong ba serje lembo daver jibe ge shaje jarbe jala zorwan de dorjen janjen de lo naro dang marba mela jije gambo ba pamo rba jarwa indigong Kaju lama namlo zorwan de rome yuje yanje bodang tizong sanje genje ngo nye ransen jike ngozong dongze zawe lame shabla zorwan de. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So today teaching is I'm going to sharing with you Nagarjuna letter to his friend. So then this has a virtue in the beginning and the theater of the teaching and homage to Manjushri. The main teaching and the conclusion. So we are in the main teaching. And the main teaching has many verses. So we are in the verses 13 today. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, verses 13. Someone need to mute. So.
Okay, Kempo, it's done.
Okay, verses 13. Carefulness is the way to deathlessness, while carelessness is death. The Buddha taught, and thus so that your virtues deeds may grow. Be careful constantly and with respect. So this verses 13 is mindful practice. Nagarjuna, he shared to his friend, giving suggestion to his friend, mindful This is most important. Mindfulness is the way to deathlessness, is free from deathlessness, helps to actually enlightenment. So you practice mindful, then all the virtues deeds is growing. Your practice dharma is growing. Due to that, you have become deathlessness, is free from samsara, and we are enlightening. So enlightening causes is the most important causes is, I think, is here Nagarjuna sharing to his friend is, mindfulness practice. So while carelessness is death, means if we don't have mindful, then that take us in samsara, endless take birth in samsara. So then we have a birth, long as we have a birth, we have a death. So death is never end. That's why while carelessness is death, means like if we don't have enough mind for meditation practice, so that take us into the samsara. Because then we create all the time, causes of samsara, non-virtuous deeds. And the virtuous practice is going to decreasing. So it's the same as like our samsaric beings. The first who has mind for practice, that is all enlightened beings, Buddhas, free from samsara. And the second is, is samsaric beings, because we don't have a mind for meditation or practice, no enough mind for. Due to that, so we create all the time causes of samsara. That's why we are careless is the death. That's why Buddha taught, and thus so that your virtuous deeds may grow. Is like long as you have mind for, then our practice, spiritual practice, virtues are naturally growing. Virtuous deeds may grow. Be careful constantly and with respect. That's why, we're going to increasing our spiritual practice. We wanted to, growing our spiritual practice. We wanted to free from death, right? That's the reason we have to practice mindful, carefully, constantly, and with respect. So we have to practice mindful often and often, all the time. So the point is mindful is our protection. We have to use that. If we don't have a mindful, then it's going to die in samsara again and again. Okay, so that's the verses 13 is mindful meditation or mindful practice. The mindful is most important. Who said that? Buddha said that. Nagarjuna says to his friend. So Nagarjuna teaching is always referred to Buddha. So he said, I'm follow the Buddha's teaching. Yeah. Then other, Chandra Kirti and Shankti Deva, they said they follow the Nagarjuna. The Chandra Kirti, he also mentioned about many times, he followed the Nagarjuna. Reason is, Nagarjuna is he has realized absolute truth. So the whole Chandrakirti knows Nagarjuna has realized absolute truth. So then Chandrakirti said, Buddha prophesies Nagarjuna. So what Buddha says, I'm going to pass away after 400 years. So his disciple name is Lechamba. He said Lechamba is become born to Nagarjuna. So then that Nagarjuna, he said, has realized first Pimi Bodhisattva realization. Then he shared the teaching, especially Mahayana, Mayamika. That teaching is unmistaken. Reason is he has realized. So that's the Buddha Shakyamuni prophesies in his sutras. Then Chandakirti, saying because I'm followed Nagarjuna, he knows Nagarjuna has realization because Buddha says Nagarjuna has realization. Okay, so Nagarjuna has realized the absolute truth, emptiness, realization. So he has realized first Pimi Bodhisattva, means first Pimi Bodhisattva has realized emptiness, absolute truth. So in this Nagarjuna sharing or teachings refer to Buddha. So Buddha said that he said he followed the Buddha, but actually Nagarjuna also actually realized that he is a Buddha too, second Buddha. And so then his suggestion here is like most important is a mindful practice. Yeah. So long as you have mindful, then all your virtues is naturally growing. This is the verses 13. Then verses 14. So mindful is important, but sometimes we think, oh, I lost mindful. I did so much non-virtuous deeds, negative things. So no, I'm already dead anyway. I cannot grow. So some people like maybe lost the courage, right? And then they just think I cannot do anything in this life. So I already created so much something wrong things. That kind, people has many people has, view or thoughts, idea or something, right, going on. Then Nagarjuna say it's okay, you have something done wrong, but you can change. So never too late. The point is, long as you change. That's why he giving here these examples. Those who formerly were careless, but then took heed are beautiful and fair. As is the moon emerging from the clouds, like nada, Angulamala, Dashaka, Uddiyana. Okay, so he giving these examples, yeah. So those who formerly were careless means like these people are mostly careless formerly. They cannot do anything more worse than that. Yeah. So they've done these things, but they're changed. They're changed, they're successful. So that's Nagarjuna giving us for instruction, like if we do something wrong, but we can change. And as long as it change, we can, whatever we do something spiritual, it can be successful. But then talk head are beautiful and fair. Then after that, they change because the talk head are beautiful and fair. They are fair to attain samsara and their cause and effect. Then they use mindful and practice. They changed. So become these people are realized. So example is, as is the moon merging from the clouds, right? Moon is in the stuck in the dark clouds, but then slowly moon is become free from dark clouds, shining again. So we can be stuck with negative karma, but we can become shining again because we have a Buddha nature. Our Buddha nature is never lost, never affected. Actually, this no virtues deeds never affected to the Buddha nature. So dark clouds never affected to the moon, but take time, free from dark clouds, the moon is become shining, right? So it's take time, but moon never get stain or affected the clouds. Same, we are stuck in samsara many lifetimes, We create so much non-virtuous deeds, but there's no virtuous deeds never affected to our own nature mind. So that's why long as we recognize, that, and we wanted to change, use mindful, it's possible to change, never too late. That's why he's sharing here is the, like Nanada or Nalanda is Tibetan called Kyongao. Kyongao is the one of the Buddha's brother. So he has a very strong attachment. He is the younger brother. He's actually, I think, same father, but different mother. And then Buddha, he gave up his home and he went to spiritual journey or spiritual path. So then the king, the Buddha's father, Sechang, Tibetan we call Sechang, but I don't know Sanskrit how to call him Sechang. He expects to, his success is in this Nanada or Nanda. But this guy, his mind is not that stable. And when Buddha, then he enlightened, went back to his palace, first trip, went back to his palace after enlightenment. So then this Nanada is, when he see the Buddha, he want to follow the Buddha. And he want to follow him, he wanted to become same as the Buddha Shakyamuni. But then this guy already has engaging. So he is very strongly attached to his girlfriend. And then when he see his girlfriend, he wanted to be in the home, always be with her, but he doesn't want to go. When he see the Buddha, so he wanted to follow the Buddha. So then accidentally he asked Buddha, can I come with you in your cabin? So means like his Buddha's father create, retreat center for Buddha Shakyamuni and his disciples. So Buddha, he doesn't stay in the palace, yeah. And the Buddha went back to his retreat center. This boy he want to follow Buddha. He said, can I come with you? Buddha said, of course, you can come with me. He went to there, and when he's sit in the retreat center, he want to become monk. So he forget his girlfriend, yeah. And he asked Buddha, can I be monk? So it's up to you. He said, Buddha said, yes, possible. Then he followed the Buddha. He become monk, okay? And then after death, his father comes. His father extremely upset. Told the Buddha, why you make his become monk? You also went to spiritual journey. Why you make his monk? So he is my successor. Buddha said he cannot be your successor, or his successor, right? Successor, yeah. Buddha said he cannot be your successor because his mind is not stable. If he be in the palace, he never going to accomplish anything. He cannot take care palace, your job. So better let him to do monk's job. When he's become monk, his mind is stable. Buddha said, I can have him, his mind is stable. Then he want to change, to take care of the palace. It's better for that. So then his father agreed. Okay, so then Buddha, he don't stay in the same place because he go to another retreat center. There have many kings during that time in India. He goes another retreat center. So this guy is follow the Buddha. Then when he meditate practice, so he cannot control his mind. He always appeal to his girlfriend, his mind. So that he shared to, Shariputra. Shariputra is his teacher. He shared to Shariputra, I cannot practice the Dharma because I cannot, focus meditation. So he wanted to go back home. But he's scared to share anything about Buddha, his problems. Then Buddha just, knows everything, but he pretending not knowing anything, right? So one day Buddha just on the walking to, in the forest. So he saw is, his brother asked him to follow him. So then Buddha went in the forest. This guys follow him, Buddha Shakyamuni. And then this story, have two separate, two different, because two difference is like Mahayana tradition story and Hinayana tradition story. So they are different. Why the difference is like Mahayana, Vajrayana, the story is all followed by perceptions, high realizer, perceptions. And the Theravada tradition, the story is followed by the individual, the ordinary people perceptions, yeah? Then Buddha asked him, are you okay to practice, meditate, everything okay? He said, yeah, I'm okay. Buddha told him, are you sure? Are you okay? He said, yeah, I'm okay. And then he didn't want to share because he's shy or his problem to share. And then followed by Theravada tradition story. It's Mahayana is already talked. Which teaching I don't remember. One of the.
It was the long praise to Manjushri teaching.
Oh, long praise to Manjushri. Yeah, in there has Mahayana the stories or his Buddha who helped him to become practitioner. And today I follow the Theravada tradition. So then they went to the forest. They saw a monkey, very old monkey. It's a female, I think. So then Buddha pointed finger to the guy, this Nanada or Nalanda. So do you think this monkey is beautiful? He said, no, really ugly, extremely ugly. So then Buddha told him, okay, so her, she has many babies. And the king, example, like, I don't know how to use the words, but husband didn't see she is the ugly. So her husband or monkey means she is the beautiful. Do you recognize that? So everything is, Buddha said, dependent. Nothing is beautiful or is dependent. If you think something is beautiful, but it's only your perception, temporary. The same is this monkey. So then he recognized, everything is dependent. So he then he practiced, like the example really have him become monkey is, the main monkey is attached to that, but same is he is attached to his girlfriend, but truly is not beautiful, only recognize his own perception, temporary perception. So then he meditated to practice mindful and interdependent practice, meditate and permanence. So he is become ahats, free from attachment. So that is the example, the first one. Second one is Angulamala. I think you all know him. He's a very famous guy. So he, this Angulamala is a story, or is it's place. I mean, the place is in the Sharavasti. I went to Sharavasti. There has all these Angumalas, where he meet first Buddha. The place also you can go to visit Angulamala. And Angulamala is, followed by, I think, Burma or something different spiritual path. This Angulamala is extremely intelligent person. And also everything is, auto level, physically, mentally is perfected. So his teacher training him teaching. So Angulamala has become his teacher is going to be successor. Then the teacher is going to journey to another place, so he asked him to take care of his students. And then Angumala take care of the teacher's students. And during that time, so the followed by story, is that teacher has a wife. She extremely attached to Angumala. So, she wanted to be with Angumala. Angumala denied it. Due to that, she's upset, angry. And she, used like something, and the body has like kind of, sketch. And when teacher come back, she's crying. She told him, Angumala, robbed me. So then due to that, teacher very upset, but teacher, he knows Angumala is very strong and he cannot physically fight, but he use idea, he teach wrong method. So he used also something, magic and wrong view. He told him, you care 900 or 900 or 1,000 something, you care these people and you liberate. So use this, his mantra, magic, and he shared that to him. He believed, he trusts his teacher. So then he started killing the people. And he cared, I think it's 999 something people already he cared. And then everyone scared him. So people who heard Angumala's name, everyone scared, And during that time, Angumala is able to, in the city, all the city is shut down. City or village, or is shut down. That kind of, everyone's scared. Then Buddha Shakyamuni, recognize, ready to subdue the Angumala. So then Angumala, actually wanted to care I think 1,000 people, also like 1,000 people, because he already cared 999 something. So he created a mala. So Angula mala means like he used the finger mala. When he cared the people, take the finger, I think it's create a mala. So it's really dirty, and people who see him is scared and extremely, frightening. People see him. So then no one wanted to fight him because everyone's scared, run, just die. Even here, this people get heart attack, his name. That kind of, is happening that time. Then he, tried to care, no one get, because everyone ran away. So then he see his mother, and he wanted to care his mother, and he chasing his mother. So that moment, Buddha able to in the between is him and his mother. So then he, let go his mother. He chasing the Buddha, but he ran and he cannot catch the Buddha. But Buddha is very smoothly and peacefully, very slow moving in front of him. But he runs, he don't get. Then he asked Buddha stop. So then Buddha, facing back to him, my friend, I already stopped. You have to stop. So I already stopped. Eons ago, killing other beings, harming for other beings. So you have to stop killing for others, harming for other beings. And so Buddha saying these words to him is my friend, like very beautiful and gentle voice, very lovingly telling him this. So he then extremely suppressing at the same time, he, lose anger. So he told the Buddha, being this path, no one call me friend, my friend. Everyone, is my enemy. So why you call me my friend? Why you lovingly, why you are like that? So then Buddha told him, you can follow me. I can share your teaching. He said, no, I cannot follow you because I did so much negative karma, care so many people. Buddha said, yeah, everything is possible. You can change. So then he, follow the Buddha, so he's become also arhat. And that means like first one is followed by attachment, can change. Second one is followed by anger, controlled by anger, but can change. Yeah, even that didn't, this Angumala is, he created non-virtuous disease extremely, killing many people. Drashaka is, so Tibetan we call Jarpo Machida, is, his father is Jarpo Dzogchen Himbo, King Dzogchen Himbo. Dzogchen Himbo is, he is the very famous king. His father is this Dakshaka's father. So in that time in India, many kingdoms, the Dakshaka's father, his father, his name is Dzogchen Himbo. He's the most powerful king during that time. So he meet Siddhartha, his father meet Siddhartha. Yeah, this guy's father meet Siddhartha. That time is not yet Buddha Shakyamuni. He meet Siddhartha, so he saw the Siddhartha's quality. His father recognized Siddhartha's quality. So he asked Siddhartha, can I make friend you? Make best friend for you. Siddhartha said yes. Okay, so become his father and Siddhartha is best friend. And then Siddhartha went to spiritual journey, spiritual path. And Siddhartha followed the spiritual path, and he looking teachers everywhere. Sometimes he found the teacher, but stay only a couple months. Then he left because they give all the teachings to him. He already accomplished, they don't have more God anything. So Siddhartha have to find another teachers to look. And then Siddhartha spiritual journey following. So Siddhartha get into in this Dakasha's father's kingdom area. So this Dakasha father's is, the very powerful king. There's, offering many animals, usually offering, kill the animals, I think called sacrifice, right? Sacrifice animals, cows, and many animals, they're offering to the gods. So Siddhartha is a spiritual journey there, kingdom require or, pay tax, right? We have to pay tax, right? That time have to pay tax is for, they have to pay animals to the king. So then king care these animals offering. So they collected all the animals, they're taking to the palace, all the animals. And Siddhartha is spiritual journey. He saw that, he stopped them. He stopped all the animals taken to the palace. Then this, who, like collecting taxes, animals, there's some armies. So they said, if you stop, we're going to kill you. So Siddhartha said, kill me, don't kill the animals. So they have a right. Why you going to kill? You kill me, the animal you cannot kill. I'm not going to let you going to take to kill the animals. So he stopped. Then of course Siddhartha has extremely accumulation merit. So they're due to that power, they cannot kill him. And it's we talked last week. Vajrapani's teaching talk about the power means like power of merit. See, Angumala can kill other beings, but when it comes to Buddha Shakyamuni, he powerless to kill, or he cannot really care to Buddha Shakyamuni. So that is a power, right? And then the butchers, or I don't know, like we can call this, going to take to palace, care, and also the who collecting tax, these animals, this army together. So they're telling Siddhartha, we're going to kill you, but they didn't care. Siddhartha stopped them. He stayed in the road. On the road, he stopped and he just said, kill me, Then they went to the palace. king asked the king, someone stop in all the animals. They don't let bring animals in the palace. So king says, all this kingdoms belong to me. So everyone have to follow my order. No one can stop my order. Who is that person? I wanted to see. So then king is extremely angry. So he bring the army and he come to there and he tried to, he used the knife, almost half of a knife he already take out from his knives, big or the short, yeah. And then Siddhartha locked him. So he recognized it's Siddhartha. So then he said, why you are here? Why you stop these animals? So then Siddhartha told him, this animal need a right. Why you have to go into care? So then, king promised him, I'm not going to care. So he told everyone, release animals, let them go. And then he asked Siddhartha, why you go to spiritual journey? I thought you are in the, successor for your father. Siddhartha said, I have to follow the spiritual path. And so then this king told him, okay, if you follow the spiritual path, anyway, whatever you want, you come to my palace, you can stay in my palace. I offer you my palace. So he doesn't want to give it to his son, palace. Yeah, he said, you come to stay in my palace. Siddhartha said, thank you, no, I don't need your palace. So then Siddhartha, he's just ready to go. He left. And then this king follow him, chasing him, stop, please, I have request to you. Siddhartha said, okay, what do you have? Please, when you find the truth, come back to my palace, share me, truth teaching. So Siddhartha promised him, when I found the truth, I share you. Okay, so then Siddhartha went to 6 years meditate, right? And then he enlightened. So after enlightenment, he went to Varanasi, from Bodh Gaya to Varanasi, and he shared their teaching to 5 disciples. So they have 5 disciples, first 5 Buddha's disciples. He shared teaching for them first, because they are with together in the 6 years meditate together. And he shared them, and they are become arhats. And then Buddha Shakyamuni, all the way to Varanasi, to directly go back to, Rajigir is not too far from Bodh Gaya. So he went back to there, and on the path, then many people become follow the Buddha Shakyamuni. So he come to in this father, Dakisha's father's kingdom. Then his father extremely, have a strong devotion to Buddha Shakyamuni. So he create a big retreat center for Buddha Shakyamuni. And then this Dakasha is also due to that he jealousy. And then, that time is Buddha Shakyamuni is, we can say new, liberation, new, how to say, new kind of not liberation, new something, religion, different the others, their belief. So that's why the other many different religions, especially Burmans, really upset, can follow the Buddha Shakyamuni. So Burmans then work with this Dakasha together, and Dakasha is, his previous life karmic connection due to his father, and negative karma connections together. Because followed by the previous life connection, Dakasha is reborn to the Burman meditator. And he was in the jungle meditating. So his father is king, but he is hunter. So he come to hunt animal, just fun, And then he mistakenly shoot to this Burman meditator, this Dakasha's previous life. So then when the meditators die, so he did the aspirations. I want, he wishing is reborn his son, your son. I'm going to care take you over your palace. So that's his wish. So then Drakasha was born, and when he is become his father, of course, a son. So the father's name is Zukin Himbo. So Zukin Himbo's a son, and then that time, like he come to in the mother's womb, they have many bad sons. And then fathers, the Zukin Himbo, King Zukin Himbo say, it's okay, even bad sons, is my son, just leave. And when he was born, then, that time, so he asked his mother, I need blood to drink from your blood. Something he did many things like, like negative sons he has. So then other Burmans, what happened is influence this guy. So they're told you have to kill your father. Otherwise, you never get your palace. Then our religion is going to decreasing. Or everything is your father going to give way to, everything, give it to Buddha, and these things happen, then you don't left anything. So there, influence him. So then he cared actually his father. So he called his father and he put in the jail his father. His father is passed away in the jail. So that also you can visit in the place where his father was in the jail, India. Still the is story. His story is like place you can visit. So then father recognized his son going to do that, but father already has highest level meditation practice already. Father don't care about what then his kingdom. He says okay. So father actually let go him, and he called father. Then he put a jail. So father is in the prison, and he meditated. He meditated and practice in the prison. So his father is become the realize and no suffering in the jail. So then this guy, he going to kill his father. His father knows like he going to kill, but then his father don't want to create the negative karma for his son. So father, he actually killed himself. The story is, in the jail, he came himself because he don't want to give negative karma to his son. And then, they have long stories, each one. So then father passed away. That father is went into the lower realms, hair realms, like he take birth in the lower realm, hair realms, because he killed himself. That moment, he used his knife to take his life. But he didn't stay too long in the lower realm, in the hair realms. They say like very just touch to in the hair realms, but then he liberate. So even do realizes negative karma, but just if you do something, it's like you can still falling to lower realms, but that short moment. And then this Drakasha, he take over the kingdom, and he against Buddha in many different ways. Also the Buddha has another half brother, another guy, so he also always jealous to Buddha. These two guys together work together, they create many negative things. Buddha knows everything, but he pretended not knowing anything. Just let go. He always like let go. But then let go is after that nothing is that guy is successful. So then this guy, he slowly changed. He recognized he did a mistake. He recognized his mistake, and he regret, and he wanted to. He regret. He upset. He shamed himself. So what he did, his head, heads has the king's, the crown. He sent that to Buddha's palace, Buddha's retreat center. King's crown, he sent it to there. And then he said, this, please give it to Buddha, because he said, I cannot meet him. Someone he sent it to that crown to offering to Buddha. So someone delivered it to Buddha, that crown. Then Buddha said, oh, this crown I don't need. So I have to give it back to him. So then Buddha went to his palace. Buddha himself, he gave back to him. He told her, I don't need this, your heads. It's you take care. And then he 100% recognized, other that time Burma's told him is like Buddha want a kingdom. He going to take over kingdom. So that's why, he think Buddha going to take his kingdom where, but he has that kind of, thoughts, but Buddha really don't want his kingdom. And there just others like give him all the wrong, message influence him. So they use him. So he recognized. And then he said, he did so much negative things. He don't want to be king. I cannot follow you because I against so much for you. So what I have to do? So Buddha said, you take care of your kingdom. You can change. Then he give back his head, and so then he followed the Buddha. So he changed, and he created so much virtuous deeds. And after Buddha passed away, also, sermon means like I'm saying, this all the Buddha's teaching collected together. So this guy did a sponsor and organize everything. So he did then many stupas, and he did extremely, like good things after that. So that's he changed, Dashaka. Then Udayana is another guy, is also, I don't know much his story, that just says he cared his mother, but then after he changed. So these people, is the guys like extremely did no virtuous deeds, but they changed their, regret, and they purify their karma. Then, they also achieve, according to their practice level. So free from samsara. That's why here, Nagarjuna sharing to his friend, you don't need to think, I did something already wrong, I cannot do or change. Still, you can change. You can confessing, you can purify your negative karma. So he shared this, instruction to his friend. So that is for everyone. We all have everyone thinks like, okay, I'm ordinary people. I don't have this potential or do something good, benefit other. I don't have that quality because I have already did so much no virtuous that, have some people has lose their, mind, courage. So this examples, we don't need to lose our courage. We can change. That's this verses 13. Yeah. Oh, 14, right? Verses 14. So now, verses 15. The verses I talk too long, but you are bored. I'm going to make shorter, okay? So I actually make the stories very short. They're really long stories, each one. The story is more than this letter to his friend. Then verses 15. Verses 15 is, we have to practice patience. So verses 15 is practice patience. Hard to practice patience knows no peer. So never allow yourself a moment rage, avoid or anger, and you will become a non-returner, or so the Buddha said. Okay. Also, this Buddha said, yeah. What is he said is hard to practice patience. So very hard to practice patience. Are you agree that? Okay, it's not easy. That's why practice patience is powerful. If it's too easy, then it's not powerful, right? So you do something is we have to do something is very hard. Hard, push something very hard. You do practice, then that practice is really effective to you. If you do something very easy going, then that not much effective to your change, and not much benefit. That's why I think it's a Nyingne practice ritual also is a very powerful benefit, because when we practice Nyingne, then we have to stay hunger and thirsty and no talk, right? That is very hard for many people. So, that kind of, practice is very hard. That's why it's a benefit. So anyway, so sometimes you apply practice, just don't go easy, okay, simple. Yeah, put harder. And then it's very powerful. So same is a practice patience. Hard to practice patience, very hard, not easy. Even you say Buddha Shakyamuni, Nagarjuna says not easy. Then knows no peer means what means knows no peer means?
Knows no equal. There's nothing harder than that.
Yeah, it's okay. So see, then no anything you can harder than this practice patience. Because someone, really made you hard and difficulty, right? You just calm, relax, practice patience is not easy, very hard, right? That's why it's no peer. It's no any comparing. This hardest practice patience, no any like comparing. Generosity is very easy. Comparing practice patience. So morality is very easy. Comparing practice for this patient. Morality is you don't harm others, then it's okay, right? Just keep harmony, peace, and happy for each other. So that is morality. But practice patience means someone telling you, really harsh words, negative things. Then what are you going to do? So someone make you really difficulty, telling you really negative things in front of people. Yeah. So then really hard to control your mind. Not your mind, our mind, okay? Very hard to control our mind. Not easy. So very easy to receive praise to us, right? But not easy to receive the harsh words, negative words. Yeah. So actually, who is liberating us? Negative words liberating you, or praise you that liberating to you? So actually, harsh words, negative words liberating us, but praise words is created to put in the samsara because we get pride. But we doesn't like and the negative words, harsh words, we attach to praise. So, that's why I think in this teaching really helps. Really helps is in someone telling you negative, right moment that you get anger, but you think about these verses and you can slow down. Your mind is like kind of beating very fast, right? If someone made you anger, say harsh words. So if you think about these verses, then your heart is become like slow down. The beating heart is like boom, 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 right? Very strong, and can be slow down. So these verses helps change. So that's why we, it's good is like you chant again these verses, cultivate, think about again and again. Then when you get upset with someone, so apply these verses. It's really help you. But sometimes people doesn't say anything bad things for us, but just we misunderstand, and then we pick up something wrong. So also these verses helps us. So many ways, these verses are liberating us anger. Okay, so when anger comes, chant this practice. Hard to practice patience, no fear, no harder any practice this. So you think about, okay, I'm no practice really hardest one. So if you cultivate the thing this, then you can, we can liberate our anger. So liberate anger, then that is the hardest practice, or the more benefit practice, powerful practice. If we can liberate our anger. So if you liberate anger, then even we are staying in the samsara, then samsara is very easy become, not that difficulty. Samsara can transform to nirvana. So the practice is, like passion is only king, anger is, liberating. So never allow yourself a moment's anger. So never allow yourself a moment anger. It's very hard, right? So it's okay. So you allow anger each moment, but the good is you apply, Mahamudra meditate. Then the negative is become wisdom, right? It's very powerful. So, you allow anger is moment in your mind, recognize, yeah. Then it's two different levels, practice patience or practice Mahamudra. If long as you have instruction Mahamudra, practice Mahamudra, then anger is transformed to mirror like wisdom. So who make you anger, the create you become Buddha Vajrasattva. So who can give you like that kind of treasure to you? That's why enemy is treasure. Right? So you have to think that, cultivate. It's we just we meditate and practice. So when anger arises, really that moment, slow to your mind, resting into your nature, the anger is transformed to mirror like wisdom. That is the highest level practice. Powerful. That kind of we have an opportunity, long as we have this Mahamudra Dzogchen instructions. Then in this case, like in this right now here sharing is Nagarjuna sharing to his friend. This part is more for lay people and for beginners. So lay people, beginners, he don't talk about this how to liberate anger. He just telling him practice patience. Yeah, it's for basic things. Actually, generosity, morality, practice patience. This three is for the lay practitioners practice. First, basic, beginners. Then meditation wisdom is for monastics. okay, for high level practitioners. If we can just say higher level monastics, but we don't know, is like, lay practitioner also can be higher level practitioners. Just generally guide, is meditation wisdoms for monastics. And first three, generosity, morality, practice patience for lay practitioners. Then joyful effort is for the both. The guide is like practice. Because lay people can use this practice. And then lay people always have an issue with the difficulty with, like people always dealing with the people, and they make you very hard and difficulty. So that time you can apply, mindful practice. You recognize you can change. Yeah, never too late. You practice patience. So this all is specifically guide for the lay people for, generally. So that's why here Nagarjuna also sharing to his friend is basic. This part practice is for lay people, and he's sharing his practice patient. It's very important. Moments rage. No allowed arise anger. Avoid all anger, and you will become a non-returner. Means like you can avoid, one day you can avoid, all your anger. Never let, the main point is never let anger arise in your mind. Never create contradiction. Anger causes contradictions. Never create, causes contradictions, anger. So then you have become non-returning, means you never go back to samsara. Non-returning. You are already in the permanent kind of place. Take care already. So that Buddha said, means Buddha said that, yeah. Who practice patience, who know anger is, who practice patience, who never allow anger arise in mind, that person never come back to samsara. So that's Buddha said. Then generally anger is arising from these conditions, causes of conditions. So we have to stop these causes of conditions. He's abused me, yes. We think always, oh, he abused me. And then this kind of like, who abused me has many, many branches. So, reasons we upset for other, anger arise for other. Then stuck. Stuck means hit something, yeah. Someone hit us. So defeated me. So then someone like, defeated, yeah, for business or your education or your many things, yeah. So many branches there too. Did me. So you think about this in, cultivate, or you think about this, negativity, or you think about this kind of situation, then you allow, you open the door anger. So you actually ask, please anger come to me, right? So you invite the anger into your mind. That's why Buddha said, don't cultivate these things. Defected me. And all my money he has purloined. Stolen, yeah, purloined. Then of course, like you think about like, oh, he taught me this kind of like, so many branches again there. Not only money, right? So many different kind of objects someone take from you, yeah. Take away from business, or take, like your ideas, and take away from your house and all cars, money, and anything, like what you own something. So that kind of, like you think again. thinking about cultivate, then to have such restraint leads to strength. So then that's become allowed to you to fight, allowed to anger into your mind. Then you fighting with other people. So due to that, then you always endless suffering. That's why give up your grudge, and slavery easily come. So if we don't we don't let go, let go or don't give up. If you're thinking about this kind of holding fixation, grasping, right? So you're holding that and thinking about that, you cultivate this negative anger causes conditions. You cannot sleep. Yeah, very hard to sleep, very difficulty. Yeah, no easy. So then you let go, it's become, you go sleep. Here says very easy, and sleep very easily come. You can go sleep. Your bed is become very comfort, and your conditions peaceful, and joy, everything is become changed. If you have anger in your mind, you thinking about this in the holding in your mind, then doesn't matter where you are, that your place is harems, extremely harems. Thinking about the politicians when they lose the seat, that time, that moment, that night, how they can go, that night is like sleep. So they have extremely this suffering. We have the compassion to them, rather anger them, these politicians who have this anger issue, and the war, all this powerful, in the world, like negative people create so much negativity. So there has this suffering, extremely their suffering, this one. They're losing things, right? They're mentally suffering. So they are create themselves harems. These people stay in the big palace, but the palace is a harem. Truly, not any peace for joy there. So that's why it's we also know, so we let go something, minds become easy and go sleep very peacefully. If you worry in something, then you cannot sleep. Yeah, and so then you have anger, then more harder. Even you cannot lay down in the bed, then maybe you have to get up, goes wrong. Then maybe he like hang it in the wall, yeah. Doors, like yelling the like people. So it's not easy, right? So that's why anger is enemy. Participation is treasure. Yeah. So long as you practice patience, then enemy is treasure. So you practice patience is liberating ourselves. That's why give up your grudge and sleep very easily come. Make sense or no? Are you trust or believe? It's truth, right? Okay, so we have to practice patience. Sometimes we think we don't have anger, but in this moment, maybe we don't have anger. But when anger comes, you use these verses. It's treasure. It's really benefit. So then, verses 17. Yeah, verses 17. So verses 17 is Then in this is the instruction, you know, dharma, spiritual instruction, and also worldly giving instruction, like how to dealing with people. So Nagarjuna, you know, mentioned about a couple of different kind of people. Then the first guys, people like here, he mentioned about the first ones, he telling the king, don't trust them, you know. Yeah, because they are not stable. So he says, understand your thoughts to be like figures draw on water, sandy, soil, or carve in stone. So you know so it easily, yeah, you draw in the water, how long stay? Just don't stay anything too long, right? Don't rely on that kind of person, okay? And no need to trust that person. Just compassion, practice patience with them. Yeah, no need to yelling them, right? Just loving, compassion, practice patience, and no need to trust. So no need to rely on that person. Because you draw in the water, then they're gone right away. So same, you know, people, some is not stable, whatever they promise, then it's that moment nice, great, but if that goes away, never happen. Yeah, and then this kind of person also practice dharma, also not that successful. So then the draw on the water, sandy soil is better, right? More stable, but this is just more like our friend, like we can rely on that. Yeah, so say something, you can, maybe if they can do, they're going to do, but if they can't, then you just don't need to, you know, expect too much, but they, you think could be they're going to do something good. Yeah, sandy soil, and stay not too long, but wind comes, yeah, and rain comes, then this draw is gone. But they get something difficult, they don't keep promise. If they are easy, everything's good, they kept promise. So then third one, curve in stone. Curve in stone, wind cannot removed, rain cannot removed, right? Whatever this, you know, weather conditions happen, this curve in the stone is cannot removed. So that is become very stable person. Whatever difficulty situation comes, they always kept promise. You know, the promise is they kept same is their life. So then Nagarjuna says, these people, the last one is you can rely on, and you can make good friend. But last two is good, you know, but last one especially. Then also when we practice Dharma, then we have to follow the, you know, last two, especially, you know, the last one. Then our practices become successful. Otherwise, you know, you get moment very strong renunciation. Then, you know, another one small obstacle comes, your renunciation is gone. So we say pray like put in the top in the mountain. Then not stable, right? Pray like top put the top in the mountain. Wind comes from east, pray like blow to west. So wind comes from west, pray like blow in the east. So pray like never stay, you know, shaking, flow. Then easily, you know, change, shift. So that's why no need to rely on temporary, you know, renunciation. We need our renunciation to become stable renunciation. So stable renunciation is like, then whatever, something difficulty comes, you never give up your practice. So you kept going. Even you don't get time, but you never give up. Like example, we have a morning practice example. So you don't get time to today, time to go to practice, but tomorrow when you get time, you try to come back. So never give up, when you get time conditions, following all the time, practice. So the temporary renunciation is the same as the wind blowing, so strong, then that thing, I'm going to enlightenment, in this moment or maybe in this month, kind of like, not patience, no time to do anything, like right now I'm going to do everything, right? But then after 1 month, that person is gone. You don't know where they are. The wish is then we know here the no give up dharma. so wishing, they're still in somewhere in the dharma path, but you don't hear it. So that kind of happen, that means like no stable mind. I go with sometimes with some other people together, then there someone told me, like, I have more spiritual than you. I say, yes, temporarily, yes, I see that. But then after a month, they are gone. So, very strong, like, the short moment renunciation cannot keep going. So then same is like, writing is draw on the water. So easy to draw in the water, but easily gone. So that's why we need a patience. This is always talking about the patience together. You need to practice patience and stable. So then, of the 4 tainted thoughts, the first is the best. While when you long for Dharma, it's the least. So if these 4 tainted thoughts, the first is the best, means like our thoughts, emotion is the same as the first one, okay? Because let go fast. Your thoughts comes, emotion comes, go away, let go right away. Yeah, thoughts, emotion, negative things must be same as first. Practice Dharma is must be last, stable. So while when you long for Dharma is the last, okay, same as the calf in the storm. And then this, like, you have to, like, keep in all these suggestions for our mind. My negative things, I want to keep same as the first. My positive, quality practice is I want to keep same as the last. So that's you have to create yourself. Then verses 18. So 3 kinds speak are used by humankind, and this the Victor Verosily described it. So when we speak for others, have to use these good words, yeah, and nice words to sharing for others. This one, 3 kinds of words speeches, like Buddha say, meditator, practitioner, and telling things for others, like use these 3 words, practitioners. So this is humankind, right? Kindness words, the point is. And this is the Victor Verosily described, Buddha said, so like honey, sweet, I don't know, like this kind of words. I usually cannot speak like very honey and sweet. I speak always harsh. That's I like. My harsh speech is like my sweet words. When I say sweet, then that time I don't care that much that person. And when I comes very harsh words, and that time I have like something really special care about. So, but generally, see, you know, when you say things like honey, sweet, and like flowers, true, right? It's good, you know, kindness. I think it's just kindness that reduce, like, you know, causes of anger for others. You know, you don't create anger for others. So then we don't create anger for others. You know, everything is dependent. So we also reduce our anger. So you speak very harsh, strong, and then they hurt others' mind. They're also then going to hurt us, right? So then causes of anger create ourselves. So that's why Buddha says, when you're dealing with the people, he says, use these words. Then also depending, right? Everything is depending. You know, you have to recognize person, like generally in the community or public sangha public place, you have to use these words. And especially when many people are there, you have to use these words, because otherwise just different kind of people, right, that pick up different words, and then really our words hit others' mind. That's the reason we have to care for when we speak in the especially, you know, public and community sangha gathering place. Then your close friend, you know, with you together, so then you can speak whatever you want. So the point is we need mindful. If you speak always something in your friend together, you know, no mindfully saying things, but then come to that words in the public place and then hurt others' mind. So we create we think we are good, but some people, you know, pick up us is enemy because we hurt others' mind. We don't recognize we are, you know, hurt others' mind. So that's I think we, you know, when we publicly speak and use these words, try mindfully, okay? So then that's helps us and helps for others. Like faith, then truth, improper speech, the last of this issue, right? Issue. So the last one, you know, improper speech, we don't do. Means like negativity or, you know, no important things. So that kind of speech, you know, have to let go. The point is we need mindful, because without mindful, just, you know, sometimes we gathering people public together, we say just whatever we want, talks, then many people get upset, and we don't recognize. Yeah, you know, just talks some reasons, like everyone upset. Then I don't recognize why they are upset. It's my speech, right? Problems. So that kind of happen. That's why the people is diversity has like different kind of people. That's why in the public, you know, the place less speech. There's a less speech, and the teaching and the suggestion is only when you get in the public, silent, less speech, control the speech. Only yourself, control the hand. What that means? You know, public place, yeah, control the mouth. Only yourself, control your hand. So that's two things, suggestions. It's control your hand means like only yourself, and then don't take other people's stuff, right? Things. Control the hand. Yeah. And only our, we get in the public place, control the speech. Very important. So that's the Nagarjuna giving suggestion to his friend. And then the verses 19. Some there are who go from light to light. So this one is like, doing everything is, positive and positive. So Nagarjuna said, don't do to negative and negative. Some there are who go from light to light, and some whose end from dark is darkness still. While some from light to dark, and or dark to light, end up, thus four of these be as the first. Okay, so the main point is a suggestion here. 4 different kind of angers. I think when you share the teaching, use these 4 different things, lots. So good and good, right? Bad and good. Bad and bad. Bad is good. So 4 different, I think, angers. I don't know how to use the words.
Anger, 4 different angers?
Yeah, just have 4 different ways saying, explain, follow. So, then first one is, see, go from light to light means like right now we are in human being, right? Right now we are in the Dharma practitioner. So it's a light. So go to light means tomorrow also go to Dharma. This way we are in the Dharma, next week go to Dharma. This month we are in Dharma, next month go to Dharma, okay? This year we are Dharma, next year go to Dharma. This life Dharma, next life go to Dharma and more higher realms. So that is go from light to light. And some who end from dark is darkness still, means like in this moment, they are created negativity. And then they create a negative in next day, next week, next month, next life, always go to darker and darker. So someone like who create negative things, they are even human being, it's a higher realms, but their mind, speech, everything is a darkness already. Because who negative karma, right? Dark, and they go to dark again. So then the darker is for lower realms and the lower realms. So that's why I call dark. From dark is darkness still. While some from light to dark means some, right now in the someone is in the higher realms, like human being, is like means like we are some people in the higher realms, good conditions, but their future life or they create negative karma, they go to darker again. Dark or dark to light. So that means like some is dark and lower realms, but that take birth in the higher realms, and dark to up to the lower realms to higher realms. And then dark is like same is like up there we have examples, Angula Mala, that kind of like they're dark but then go to the light. So we create something negative, but then they give up that, go to the light again and the Dharma practice. So the point is like you think about this one. Each single day, you can go to light, right? Each single day you can go to dark and dark. Each single day you can go to dark, light to dark. Each single day we can go to dark from to light. So the Nagarjuna says, pick up first one, do the first action. That means like we are in the Dharma today, tomorrow also follow the Dharma. And we are human beings this life, next life also human being and higher realms, liberate, higher and higher. So that's his suggestion, yeah. I think it's very beautiful. The four of these be as the first, so we have to pick up first. We have to choose the first. Follow the first one. Then verses 20. Verses 20 is mean like mangoes. Also, this has a same idea, you know, like 4 different kind, I don't know, method or anger or sharing this, you know, example. Like mangoes can be sour and yet low, wrapped. Someone though wrapped low green, and others green are sour indeed, while others still low wrapper, and the wrapper they are from this know how to act. Wow, that's really hard. So there's a Nagarjuna giving, you know, action, how to action follow. Example is followed by mango. When I was in Tibet, we don't have mangoes, so that time are really hard to understand what is mango he's talking about. So now I have lots of mangoes, I know. So this example is now I understand much better, you know, than before when I received this teaching first time. So mean like mangoes means like people are the human beings, he says same as the mangoes. Yeah. Or beings are like mangoes. So just idea can be sour and yet low wrapped. Sour, I see. Can be sour and yet low wrapped. So you know, first, this is the first one, okay? Can be sour and yet low wrapper, right? Wrap, okay. Can be sour. What means sour is like taste, right? Taste sour is a.
It's the opposite of sweet.
I don't know the sour is the correct word there. It's actually Tibetan. It can be sour is no wrapping, right? The point is no wrapping. Yeah. Okay, then correct.
It's not right.
It's no wrapped. Yeah. It's lows no. I mean the can be sour and yet low wrapped means like lows. You know, mango low outside is wrapping, right? But actually no wrapping. Yeah, inside. So your, you know, the personality example, like people, this one is not that good at a person too, you know, like you look okay, yeah, you look good, yeah, you look practitioner, or maybe you look like kept promise, right? Your maybe, you know, doing some good but inside and then incorrect, you know, low practitioner but no practitioner, yeah. And you look good but then, you know, you're not doing. So that kind of, you know, this first example. Then some though wrapped look green, some though wrapped look green, but some, you know, like low no good, no lows like no practitioner, lows like no spiritual, yeah. But inside there has a spiritual wrapping low green, but it's wrapped. It means like you inside okay. But anyway, see this person, maybe, you know, intention or maybe, you know, like front like appear something is not good, right? We say, oh, he has no, he don't have good intentions. Yeah, but when it come to the action, then they do. So this like you many ways, like example. First one, like your intention, like okay, like I'm going to do, looks like good, but when action comes, they step back, they don't do. Yeah, the first one, because low rap means like low he going to do, he or she going to do, right? When action comes, no action there. The second one, looks like no action, he not going to do, he or she not going to do, right? But when action comes, they do. So then first one, like looks like practitioner but no practitioner, no action. Second one, looks like no practitioner but can be practitioner. And others green, so okay, wrapped look green, and others green are sore indeed. So this is like intention, no good, action, no good. Auto level, you knows like, I mean, intention, no dharma, no good, action also no good. So that's this one. Others green are so sour indeed. Why are others still low wrapped and wrapped? They are means then this say the like your intention is good, your action is good, and you look like practitioner, but same thing you are not only look like seeing auto level practitioner, but inner also practitioner. So what are you saying? You do that, you doing that, right? You kept promise. You are, the person is stable also, and the person is to do everything correctly. And so that is the last one, still low rap and or rap they are. From this know how to act. So then we know how to act, means like he giving this suggestion to his friend. So think about it, then you know like people has this 4 different kind of personality or person. So you know how to dealing with the people. Which kind of people you rely on, which kind of people are you trust, right? So which one is like great one? I don't know which one is you going to pick up. Which one is good for you? Don't say the green are sour indeed, okay? Then, okay, the pickup, I think everyone pick up the last one also. Agreed. So that's all is the part of participation, and you know how to dealing with the people. And reduce the anger, reduce the anger conditions, causes the conditions. Then next is a kind of a lot like more, reduce attachment and for the meditation. So reduce, this is like part of the reduce the attachment conditions, causes the conditions. The verses 21, did not gaze on others' wives, I think, wives, but if you do, regard them as your mother, child, or sibling, depending on their age. Should last arise, think where they are by nature unclean faith. So this is the people who have strong attachment, and then they use this meditate practice, cultivate this one. So this letter is Nagarjuna sent to his friend is a king. So that's why he used this example. Is the wife, but is the commentary or mention about is, depending who received. And who receiving this teaching, girls receiving, then you have to think about the wife is changed to husband, right? And guys receiving, then the words stay same, just, is depending. And then the person, like who has strong attachment, then they meditate, use this method. So older one visualize his mother, and it's the same age, is become, become sister, and younger is a daughter, or father and brother, or children. So that's the kind of, like you visualize and meditate, change the perception. Then still you should just arise, think where they are by nature unclean faith. So then if the still cannot stop the attachment, so then you use this, method again, more deeper method. More deeper method, they are by nature unclean faith. So it's impure. We just more investigate our body. Use this method, unclean faith. So how to use the unclean faith? Faith is you look to your body, then first like skin, then flesh, blood, bones. All this whole like body is like actually unclean object. So then where we are going to attach to, which part of body. So you use this analytical meditate, then that helps become not attached to object. So that's the, reduce attachment meditation practice. Then verses 22nd, guide this figure, right? Figure mind. Figure is not stable, yeah? Goes everywhere. As you would do your learning, children, treasure, or your life. Renounce or sensual pleasure as if it is were a water, right? Poison, warping, force, or fire. Okay, well, lots examples there. So now we have to, I think, control our this crazy mind, right? So this crazy mind is like figure is like goes everywhere, cannot stay even moments. So and this is a part of meditation. Long as you have anger in your mind, long as you have attachment in your mind, then we cannot meditate, right? We cannot practice. That's why, when you meditate, anger arises. So he talked already, share lots, how to reduce anger. And he treated, yeah? And then when you practice, at that time you have a problem with attachment. So this part is a method for the reduce attachment. So then we have to control our this crazy mind, and we have to take care, this our mind, I think. So that's why it's you would do your learning, children. So what is this means, learning children?
Your education, your children, you take care of it like you would your children, take care of it like you would your life, your education.
Okay, so yeah, so we think about just which is, our individually most important you have to take care, right? So that kind, we have to take care of our mind. Then individually we have different, because taking care. Someone is a children, someone is a job, right? Someone is a husband or wife. Someone is like money or the car or house, right? Your education. So whatever you really like, you have to take care. Important. So that's kind of, we have to take care of this crazy mind. Children treasure or your life, see our life. So then how to take care, I think, renounce, right? Renounce or sensual pleasure as if it were. So we have to take care from all this attachment. We have to take care our mind from anger, attachment, yeah? That's negative, these emotions. So if mind is controlled by emotion, then we create, ourselves is suffering. So that's why we have to take care of this crazy mind from negative emotion. So negative emotion condition is a sensual pleasure, as if it were. So then, so how to take care our mind is viper is it's viper is a snake, and poison. So we know poison, warping, yeah, it's danger. False enemy or fire. So the thing about, just parents taking care kids from the water, poison, warping, force, and fire. And we are take care our life from this. So same, like mind is take care from no desire object or stuck there, attached to object. So we have to take care our mind is free from this emotions, condition of emotion conditions. That's the verses 22nd. Then the why we have to take care mind is free from this, emotion conditions, I think. The verses 23 is explained. So time is gone, right? I think we finished the verses. We can finish verses 22nd. 23rd is can follow next week. That's okay, everyone. I didn't load the time. The time is gone so fast. I'm enthusiasm to share this teaching, so time is forget. When I come to first starting teaching and like kind of lazy and foggy, and I think it's like, oh, this time is too long. And how I'm going to share this teaching today, like I want to finish early, if that possible or not. I think about that. First, when I come, so like no wrapping. Then come into the teaching is wrapping, wrapping, right? Wrapped. Mango is wrapped. Then I didn't recognize time is gone. Time is gone. Okay, so any questions? No questions. So we go to then dedication.
Kambula, I have a question.
Are you sure, Lami?
Yeah. Well, since you told me, sometimes you are so saying so nice things and it scare me to death, so I don't want to talk and ask questions. But I do want to ask questions sometimes. And when you are talking about the mind, and we have to be mindful and watching, but sometimes I still feel that it's very tricky. to watch your mind. Can you tell us of some concrete way, really easy, to always remind us to watch our mind? Because sometimes I can do it, especially when I have a very strong reaction, emotion. Then I will suddenly very easy to say that watching my mind, and then I will do it. But in the daily life, it's much more difficult to watch our mind. And can you tell us some more, like how do we remind us not to lose our mindfulness and watching our mind even in ordinary life instead of just strong emotion? For me, when emotion arrive, anger arrive, and jealousy or whatever emotion arrive, it's easy for me to watch my mind and come back to the present moment. But when it's not a strong emotion, how can we do that?
Oh, wow. So when you do sometimes you say you can do very easy. So can you share us that for us?
Well, when a very strong emotion, it's very easy for me immediately recognize that my
Wow.
emotion is there. And then I come up with my emotion and watch my mind and see that it's arising, and I can have many excuses and give myself about this and that. Those are not important. And now I know that the excuse is not important. It's just I was telling myself story. So I have to get rid of the story
Okay,
and then just watching
I get
my mind.
So it's Laming, you are very lucky. When you have difficulty time, you have a mindful.
Yeah, but how about
emotion
if
comes,
not
you have this
difficult time?
mindful.
Like,
That's what we want. Usually when emotion comes, very hard to control ourselves and very hard to apply, mindful, right? Generally,
but I
the
want to
difficulty.
the
So,
more
but I can give you one answer for you.
okay.
How about 37 practice writing, each verses put into your rooms and the doors and the kitchen, everywhere.
Well, the most thing is in the 36 is talking about the 36 verse is talking about whatever happens. Go to your mind and see how your mind is doing. And I tried this many years. I really enjoyed that, and it really helped me to go deep into my mind. Like I want to talk to someone, I want to tell her something, and suddenly when I watch my mind, I find that it's my ego. I want to show off. I want to show her how nice I was and everything. So I stop talking and I go back to my mind. But now I am just like more like in the very general, like I follow the practice like I really enjoy when my friend came to visit me, and she's from Taiwan, and we practice and we can talk about practice very well. Then I get an attachment and I feel that, oh, maybe I should go back to Taiwan. But you know what? My friend loves where I live, love my simple life more than her big house in the Taiwan, and her everything was so comfortable, and she liked my simple life. So it's really interesting. We always attach to some idea and perception instead of really settle down at the present moment. And when my friend come, I don't even have a bed for them, and we have to sleep on the floor because I don't have 3 beds. And she and her husband was his arm was hurt, so we let him stay on the bed, and we both just sleep on the floor, and we only have one room. So 3 of us sleep in the one room, but we are fine and we are happy. But I just thought about if I go back to Taiwan, she have a whole house, many layers, and I can have my whole. She will give me a whole room, and I will be so happy, and we can practice together. So I have all these funny perception in my mind, but they admire my life, and so it's so interesting to see that. And so, but to me now more difficult is how can I maintain that mindfulness in ordinary life instead of just when strong emotion come up.
Okay, Lami, actually you have your own answers. I think so. You say you know like how to when emotion comes, you know how to apply, right?
Yes.
So that's good. You know,
Well-
that's enough, I think. That's I want. Lami.
But Gaijin Rinpoche always asks us to read the 37 practice, and I read it for a year, and every day read it once, and I really, really enjoy it. So 36 words about wherever you are, you always watch your mind. And I tried
Okay.
to do that, but I still was not able to like always maintain. Just when emotion come up, I can watch it easier. Then like ordinarily, when I walk across the street, walk down the stair, and yeah, sometimes when I walk downstairs, because I have such a steep stair, I will think about impermanence, because I know if I don't pay attention, I will fall down and I will die. And that can see that the impermanence of the person's human life will be lost in 1 second or 2 seconds. So that's also good, but just like
Okay, very good, Lami. Thanks.
okay, thank
So-
you.
Yeah. So you have really good mind for I think practice. Thanks very much sharing.
But
So
I
then-
still want you to tell me.
Okay, so then we can see next time more. We follow the Nagarjuna what he says. We can see.
Okay.
The next question, I think Benny or Gebelu. Benny.
Hi, Kempo. Thank you. So my razor stopped working while I was shaving this morning, and I wanted to know if you think my mustache makes me look like a ripe mango or a sour mango. Thank you.
What he said?
I wanted to know if my mustache makes me look like a ripe mango or a sour mango. Thank you.
I think it's both. Well, we didn't see no recognizing. If you don't say, I don't see that clearly. No, I see. Okay. Look great. Keep that. Okay.
He's like Charles Chaplin, you know, Charles Chaplin.
I was thinking of another historical figure, but yeah, sure.
Okay. Ed, do you have a question?
Yes, good morning, Kempo.
Uh.
I was wondering about I don't remember the name of the first person who asked the question about advice on how to remain mindful of ourselves as a deity during everyday activity where we're working and moving, and there's a lot of action, a lot of our body is moving, and we need to think about what we're doing carefully. So our intellectual mind is engaged, and we need it to be engaged in a task that requires intelligence. How can we, what is it like then to maintain awareness of ourselves as a deity? And any advice, that was number one. And number two, any advice on how to remind oneself? You said to take the 37 practices and put it all over the house. So I didn't know if you had any practical advice for this question.
You're muted.
Muted, Kempo.
Kempo, you're muted.
Oh, I'm muted. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your questions. So your question is very vast, big. So we have to go back to all the teaching again. So maintaining, I think it's Yadam deity, just you have to use something special prayers and often chant that prayer and connect with the, Yadam deity. So like supplication Tara and many different Buddha has like short prayers. So that kind of, chant often that really helps you connect with the deity. And then you keep the tanka, statue images in your home and in the car images. So that helps become connect with the right deities. And then same, 37 practice, you can have pieces writing somewhere else. And this letter to friend also, like importing which one really helps you. So that kind of verses, just write down, copy and make nice, put somewhere, usually you're seeing. So that's, I think, helps, right? That's only I can give you today's suggestion. Then tomorrow I think about more. Thank you. So now we go to the dedication. Dedication. Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa, Malarepa, Dharma Lord Gambopa, Pamotuba, Lord Digompa. Please bestow upon us the most auspicious blessing of our Kaju Lamas. By this virtue may achieve nations. By defeating all enemies, confusion. May all who traverse on the way so bear the old age, sickness, and death across the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where it is humble, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray that Lama may have a long, good health. I pray that Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activity suffer far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri, the Vero realized the automatic state, and as did Samantabhadra, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the Trikayas, by the blessing of the truth of the unchanging Dharma as a side, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I shall bear fruit. By this virtue collected in the 3 times, by myself and all beings in samsara and the nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teaching of Guru Digompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, everyone. Rashidale, have a good day.
Dele Kepola, thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Temple.
Thank you, Rashidale, everyone.